Hey everyone, so today I wanted to take a look at my opponent Iwan Diono from Indonesia, who is currently ranked 2 in the under 86 kilo category. Just wanted to take a look at a couple of videos with you guys just to sort of showcase just what type of opponent I'm going up against. So I have a couple of videos here prepared. First one is from a tournament in Indonesia back in 2022 in October. This is him against, at that point I think he was ranked 2 in the 78 kilo category, Kim Tae-in. Now Kim Tae-in is a very strong guy. I've had the chance to grip with him before, and he's had super matches with people like Sam Burnett, and he's had a super match in Singapore with our top guy at the time, under 80 kilos, T-Jun. So and he managed to beat him quite convincingly. So this is a pretty good opponent for Iwan Diono. So looking at this match, first round Kim was able to take his wrist pretty easily. I've been told that Iwan Diono has a weak wrist, or at least if he has a weakness, it is his wrist. Just going to fast forward a little bit to the next round. I think this was a best of 3 format tournament. So looks like they're getting squared up for the next go. Iwan looking like a pretty short guy. You can see that he has the riser on his side, and Kim, having met him in person, he's about 6 foot, I think. So judging from this, Iwan Diono can't be more than maybe 5'7" or 5'8". And looks like they're in the strap for this round. And Iwan gets the stop, so Kim can't really finish, but Iwan can't take him past center as well. Looks like Kim got a foul as he was surging for the pin, but looks like they switched sides again for some reason. Not too sure what happened there. Looks like they agreed to a strap match again. And once again we see the same sort of thing happening. Both guys not really able to pin the other one. Pretty much stuck in the center, both with a lot of pronation drive. Their wrists kinked back. But at this point it looks like Kim slightly more favorable position, and looks like there was possibly a foul by Iwan Diono off the back of the pad. Going for the start again. And yeah, you can see Kim's really going for that all-out back pressure, targeting the hand and fingers of Iwan Diono. Iwan seems to have a pretty strong pronation, being able to lock that semi-king's move, and foul off the front of the pad from Kim. This should be their final go. It's nearing the end of the video, so I'm expecting a similar sort of outcome. Both guys being stuck in the center, but we'll see. Must be pretty nervous on both ends. And yeah, pretty much the same story. Both guys kind of stuck in the middle, both losing their wrists, but Kim trying to surge, attacking the fingers as much as possible. If we can get this referee's head to move aside so we can see the match a little bit more. But yeah, Iwan Diono, look at the arms on this guy. This guy is no joke. He has huge arms, especially if you compare them to Kim. But yeah, Kim managing to bleed him out and pin at the end. Let's look at the next video. I think this might be the same tournament. This is against Yulianto, who I'm told is the #1 guy right now in under 86 kilos in Indonesia. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, first hit, got a slip. I assume they'll go to the strap. Just gonna turn the sound down a little bit. Fast forward here. And yeah, okay, getting closer to the match. Let's see if it's close. So same story. Iwan Diono loses his wrist like back with Kim Tae-in, but it looks like he has a really good sticking point with that sort of King's move type of pronation based defense. So that's definitely something I have to look out for. If I'm not able to pin him right away, I can expect that he's got that pronation defense, so I'll have to work around it somehow. Probably try to go around him with more wrist flexion so that he turns more palm up. This is him against Bobby, who is the number 2 overall in Indonesia. Bobby's the guy in yellow, Iwan Diono in black. So yeah, Bobby competes in the under 95 kilo class, Iwan Diono in the under 86 kilo class, but looking at those arms you would not guess. But it's probably also because of his frame, his structure. He's not a very tall guy, so it's easier to pack on a lot of mass in a shorter frame. So that's why a lot of bodybuilders, they tend to be a little bit shorter. So just trying to get the match started here. Iwan looks like he's got his wrist a little bit kinked in, but it's okay. Gets to flatten Bobby's wrist, but Bobby with superior pronation, I think. Very iffy calls from the ref. Not really sure if any of this is illegal, but they're just letting it go, letting the match play out. Iwan still has the superior position, going on top of Bobby, but Bobby's just trying to muscle through with pure rotation, going on a downward angle. That should probably be a foul, but doesn't matter in the end. Iwan looks like he burned himself out, and yeah, very, very close match. That could have gone either way, in my opinion. Couple of questionable calls, but on that day, I guess it was Bobby's win. But Iwan Diono, you can tell he's hanging in right there with the number 2 overall in Indonesia. And the last video that we're going to take a look at is this was sent to me by the number 1 overall in Indonesia, Tommy. He told me that there was a sort of a small supermatch series in Indonesia recently, and we have Iwan Diono on the right versus left a guy called Ricky. Ricky is generally an unknown person, not really competitive, or at least he's not active in the competitive scene. So looks like they got a slip in the first round. We don't really need to see that. Just gonna fast forward to the strap match, maybe. Oh, that was fast. Okay. So looks like Ricky got the better start, good hand position, but Iwan getting just a little bit of wrist flexion in, and he's able to finish with superior side pressure. And Iwan's side pressure and bicep is something that a lot of guys have warned me about. Iwan has a super strong bicep, and once you get into a hook with him, there are very few people who can actually pin him. So most of his losses we've seen so far have been through outside moves, and fortunately enough, I am generally an outside puller, so that might work to my advantage. And let's see how it goes in this round 2. So Iwan transitioning from a top roll to a hook halfway through and managing to get a quick pin on Ricky. So not fully committing to the hook yet, but maybe just a little bit of showboating from Iwan over here. Ricky looks like he has good hand position, but that doesn't matter in the end. Yeah. Once again, really huge guy. His arms always catch my eye when I see any picture or video of him. But yeah, so that's the guy I'll have to face in a little over a week and a half. So hopefully these small stick arms are able to crack the wrist of this Indonesian beast.